Never be afraid to just say, you know what, I'm gonna do it. Because for me, I used to give people drinks in the club, and then I'm outside LA Lounge giving people rice. It takes a lot to do that.
New episode today. My long-time good friend Isha Shodi. Yeah, this one's gonna be jokes still. A lot of good talks on business. Stay tuned. Also on Tuesday, my app launches here, so support your boy. Please share it out to as much people as you can, and yeah, keep supporting love.
Trust me, it's good to have rich friends.
Oh, bro, sorry, I didn't even
sorry.
to the gym.
I didn't even clock.
I don't go to the gym. I'm going now. I run.
Sorry about that.
But no,
This guy's, that's why my friends have bars, innit? Right by the train
I know what
station.
you're on about, but it's so
Business, how's business
how many
rate?
square feet is your warehouse, sorry?
5,000.
Oh, that's a big warehouse, isn't it? I could fit about 4 of my shops in your warehouse.
but yeah, it comes back to, you know, when people try to compare like the clubbing industry over here with there, fam, 3 tables, even in the bleachers, would have probably made the amount of money us man would have made on Lock Sundays in 2 weeks.
Capacity, bro. People make crazy. Bro, they make crazy money.
Fam,
They make crazy money, bro. Americans make crazy money. UK, you make money, and it's just, if you don't plan for it before it comes, it's going somewhere else. You gotta make plans for it, bro.
Fam, this video we're filming now, yeah, it's coming out next week, yeah, on my birthday week, yeah, and I got Summer Love, yeah, and people was messaging me, oh yeah, can I get a table, can I get a table? Everyone is messaging me for a table, yeah, the table is at 5 bill, 751K, everyone's asking for a discount.
We never used to be like that, bro.
Everyone's asking for a discount for a table. I'm like, raw, the numbers are set. Fam, you go
I
Miami.
never knew about that. People used to ask to even pay more and take other men off their seats 10 years ago.
I think the game's changed a bit though in the UK.
Fam,
I think because we've been on a break for so long, I don't know whether people are being a bit more frugal with their money.
yeah, no,
There's not been a lot of hustle.
And also,
Yeah.
remember, for a whole year and a half, 18 months, man that are trapping, you got to remember, those who do, it's been dead for a whole
No
18
clubbing,
months.
yeah.
You know, think about 18 months. Think about 18 months. If you move white, for 18 months,
Yeah, your line's going dry.
the line's been dead for 18 months because there's been no raving.
All them house parties, all them dances
The
they
clubbing
went
industry
to.
is fed by trappers.
Yeah.
And F-man, let's just be real.
Right.
Remember before lockdown?
What 9 to 5 is going to go and spend bloody £800 on alcohol? You get the odd night, don't get me wrong, you get the odd guy, but when you go raving, and when you see ladies who talk about, oh, they don't want trappers or fraudsters, you're enjoying your night off them usually. When you're on a table
think about it.
and someone's popping bottles,
Bro.
typically it's going to be your F-man or your trapper.
Think about, no, leave it out there.
Oh, leave it there.
Yeah. Think about it, all the biggest parties that has even come back in the past year.
Yeah.
The parties that girls love to go to in abundance.
Yep.
The best tables are all the trappers.
Yeah, it's full of F-man.
Yeah.
I'm not wrong with that, but that's what the whole nightlife industry
Yeah.
runs around trappers and fraudsters.
Yeah.
You think of all the clubs in West End, you see all the brothers in there going there moving their white. The whole of that industry of the nightlife runs on trappers and fraudsters. If illegal money ended today, you see what happened to the nightclub industry.
But another thing that's
That's why when they needed money, they made Encore.
Yeah.
You need money. It's money.
Yeah.
If you're looking for money,
Yeah.
you go for people who have cash.
Because you realize
Once you find their cash, you arrest them. Then you have the part where they put money in accounts. So okay, we got your cash, and we're gonna confiscate your account money.
No.
That's how they did. So that's what they did when they're looking for cash, because the
it's
market dried up. They had a lot of bad situations, bro.
Fam,
Retail dried up,
fam,
food dried up.
That Encro case, it ruined the clubbing industry. Before all that there, yeah, you knew that on certain raves here, you could be like, if I had like a smaller rave, like Laws of Attraction,
Yeah.
I would say to Timmy, this table, that table, this table, that table, we already know who wants them. And those were men them who, and the thing is, yeah, even though it was a smaller dance, I knew the numbers on tables would be mad just due to, and the girls would all come out, and the thing is here, they would specifically want to come to that rave, even though like we only catered to 300 people for that dance because it was more
But I
exclusive.
think we're forgetting though that we've kind of
get me?
we've kind of grown up a bit now. You remember our age group are realizing and remembering that we don't need to splash money or bottles.
Yeah, like we're taking it easy.
We know what it's really for why we're doing it. I'm not gonna say what it is, but when a man in the club,
it's for the bibs.
when a man's popping bottles in the club,
Let's be honest.
Different.
like you're buying a bottle. There's 2 men on the table with 4 bottles of alcohol. You cannot drink 4 bottles of alcohol. Let's just be real.
To attract
It's
females to come and drink with you.
exactly, and I think we've realized now that you don't need to do all of that at this age to do it. If you want to try and attract women, you don't need to pop all of these bottles. Don't get me wrong. Maybe when you go on abroad,
When you're celebrating.
yes, but if you're going abroad, then maybe you may need to.
When you come summer love, you need to pop all them bottles. Yeah? The girls love to drink. Feed the ladies, yeah?
This guy's like, I
Trust
don't know
me.
what they're talking
Don't listen to that guy.
Don't
Listen to me. I know how this game goes.
No, when man goes out, I pop bottles. I'll tell you why though, because I work hard, and I think you have to have a balance.
I can't lie. I don't need to pop every day.
I used to
Truth be told, yeah.
No, you used to.
I used to buy a lot. I stopped drinking. I stopped drinking in 2014. I used to buy a lot of bottles.
Why?
Just living. It was coming fast and it didn't matter.
I'll
It didn't matter. Like at that moment, it didn't. There's no 1K, 2K doesn't matter. I'm know where to get it from and how to get more.
But the money was coming in quick.
Yeah.
I was just saying, you're gonna get a re-up next week anyway.
Yeah, you're gonna. If he goes this way, he comes back this way, and if you don't have it, your friend will take you out. This one's do it. Do you understand? So it was like your surrounding. You go out, you have fun, and then you know that if you buy this drink and that, you get that. It comes with the lifestyle, and it's funny. Like
You mentioned the lifestyle.
Yeah.
Which means there's a lifestyle which you was kind of not saying you couldn't attain to it, but there's a lifestyle you had to keep up. And maybe a bit of an image. Because sometimes you think that when you go out, there's like an image which you've got to kind of portray. So like, Rob, what issues out here popping bottles?
Yeah, you
This
book
ain't-
the table.
What is has this fallen off?
Like, we both book tables. You're on your table, I'm on my table. You send for 5. I say to my boy, them man just lit off 5, you know. My boy saying, I'll do the first 5, you do the second 5. Because you're preparing for a next round. It's fun. As long as the receipt comes and I can pay it, I'm not thinking more than that. Now, I look back on it, I'll tell someone else not to do it. Not saying you must not do it. Like, you could do it, but I'll say, I know the reasons why. There's more value in something that comes back. Not saying don't have fun, but like, I got a lot of clothes, a lot of this that's just there.
You remember the club that the one that was on the corner, and now it's in West London. It's next to the Sainsbury's. He's walked in. We're all chilling. Man ordered bare bottles of Moe, yeah?
Yeah.
And he said to us, this is what we're doing. We're gonna bless our hands before we drink. And he started putting them away in our hands. And we was all washing, fam, we was all washing it. Bro, we was washing our hands with Moe in the club. Stupid. Then before you know it, we was all drinking Ace of Spade and fucking, what's the other one?
Crystal.
Crystal, yeah. Fam, it was stupid. Like, if I could get a video from that day, yeah, I was dying.
But you
Fam,
know
we
what?
all washed our
Back
hands in
then-
champagne.
Back then, it's funny, like, back then it was like, people thought you were doing it for them, but you weren't. You were just having fun with your boys. And like the same, I feel like some people now, they do it, but they were the same people that were saying then, oh, why are you doing it like that? Why are you doing it like this?
Would you say there's a level of insecurity that comes with this lifestyle? So for instance, I'm gonna assume that you used to buy a lot of designer clothes. Not saying you don't anymore, but I'm saying you did. Now, would you say there's a part of us that makes us put on a facade or a mirage to make it be known that we're making money? So when you're in the club popping bottles, is it almost to say we're celebrating at the same time we're getting it in?
Basically, yeah, let me tell you how you make more money is like okay, now if I go in LV today, I know what I'm seeing on the shelf, right? So if I go in the club tonight and you've got what I've seen on the shelf, got money, man. You're making money. You're making money. You're making money now. You're making money right now. Like you've got what's in the store now. So that conversation is now. Like you're getting money now. We're talking, and there's something likely to pop now. But you can tell a man's got this item and it's like, oh yeah, I'll get money with him, but he's not priority. It's about getting money for some people. Some people it's about showing off. For us, it was more about getting money. Like, bro, I got this. I'm gonna go to the shop and buy this. I got it on. That guy's got it on. We're having a conversation. He's saying he's doing this now. I'm saying I'm doing that now. Before you know it, we're working together. It's creating more. It is for adding more value then.
Designer guy. At any point in your life.
I dip in, dip out.
Okay, so was you ever the guy that was like popping bottles and doing all that sort of lifestyle? Why not?
I think them times was going out as more financial. I didn't have the peas like that to be doing that. I think if I did, I would have been.
Okay, but even now, okay, that you're making money, life's good. How come you're still not that guy now? Is it because you feel you've missed the boat, or would you feel that you're so comfortable now that you don't need it?
You got free kids.
Out of the game. Like, who am I trying to impress?
Really?
That's more of a single man's.
Yeah,
Like, I'm at the game, so I'm not gonna be buying bottles to impress who. Unless I just want to have fun and just say, okay, you're with the man then. But I think it's more of a single guy's thing, innit? Trying to impress, obviously, other guys and
let's
girls.
calculate. You started raving what age? Properly. Not when you was going little club. When you started doing splash and drip like tornado, hurricane. When you started 16.
17.
And then when would you say you stopped?
Cars at 16.
So when would you say you stopped?
26.
So you say a good 10 years.
Well, the first club I went to with my older cousin, I was 14. They were playing that song, "You Sweet Like Chocolate Boy." It first came out. That's when that song first came. That's the first time I went in the club. I was 14. So
I see.
I'm watching them do all that.
I see a flyer on Facebook on one of the dances you did the other day. I was busting up. I was just like, you see the things here? It goes back to this thing about, you see like how I was saying, girls come out because of lifestyle. I think sometimes, yeah, the reason why I was able to get back in the rave scene and other men dropped out was because the raves we used to do prior was all lifestyle.
Yeah.
So like before it became like a thing to have tables and that in clubs, our raves back then were probably like the first ones, like in like 07, 08. That's there with the table business. So I said, yeah.
One day I went to rave. I don't know what rave it was. Some guy was sitting on the table. Me, I don't know what table it is. I just went to sit down next to him. I saw this space. I sat there. I was like, what's up? He goes,
That's my table, man.
I think I was like 18. I didn't understand.
I've done
and he was trying to bad him up. I was like, what's wrong with you? He goes, no, this is my table.
I paid for it. It's a service, innit?
So one host came and I was like, what's wrong? She goes, oh, this is their table. I go, what do you mean? Like, there's a space. He goes, no, but you can't sit there. And then finally I understood that if someone has a table, you can't. And literally, I sat down and listened.
Nah, bro, you can't do that. There's no times even we walk inside the club and there's people sitting there already and you feel bad, like,
Yeah, you gotta get up.
you gotta get up, but like I'm thinking, I'm not gonna stand here when I pay for that. Yes, I'm like, you gotta tell the waitress, like, yo, can you tell them? And then when they're getting up, they're looking at you like, who do you think you are? So sometimes when it's females, you let them sit there, like, so you know what, just we'll join you, because more time the guys are standing anyway. Guys are not, we're not really sitting down in the club.
I tell you what's a mad thing about you were saying about having to show you've got money. I remember when the first time I got into F when I was younger. And if you remember back in the day when you would always have the uncle, we used to call him uncle. And did you not notice that whenever someone wanted to collect a card off somebody, if the car they were driving didn't look flashy, you didn't have any faith in them. But the moment someone pulled up in a fancy Benz, or this guy could be broke as hell, but because he pulled up in a Benz or pulled up in a Beamer, you give him the cards. Like even when I was getting the restaurant, I told a story before, the restaurant in Dulwich. When I was trying to get the building, there was an Indian guy who owned the restaurant. So I was going there back and forth with him. He didn't have faith in me. I took Keith's Range Rover one day and I drove up there on my mother's life. The day I drove the white Range. Okay.
Yeah, because
the moment he saw the white Range on my mother's life, the door was completed.
But no one.
No. He saw the Range pull up and he came to the door of the restaurant like, who's that? So I came out.
Do you want to do business with someone that doesn't have money?
Even it's true. It's true.
So, do you want to do business with someone that doesn't have money? No, someone is coming to you saying, I want this place, and this place is going to cost 20,000 a year. Yeah. I need to see that you're going to, because you're signing something for 10 years. That's not 20,000 anymore. So now I'm looking like, you're paying 20,000, plus you got house bills, you got other expenses, so that means you must have at least 50 grand a year to give away, so your bills and your stuff. Now, I want to see that that's happening. Yeah. I want to be able to go on Company House and see that you've had your company accounts for this amount of time. But that's how it is, that's the world we live in.
Remember back in the day, before one man has a rave, you phone the next man.
You know what?
You phone the next man.
Life, shake my hand.
Yeah.
What's that?
Respect.
Yeah.
I know you're doing yours on the 26th. Yeah. Once I finish mine, I'm going to redirect the crowd.
So we're
all getting money.
We used to go push.
We're all getting money.
So we all would phone each other. DJs, promoters. Today's your day, tomorrow's my day. We would never clash. Then, them days now, it's a thing that certain man started thinking, raw, fuck everyone. So it turned into a thing that there was no loyalty no more. Every man started.
Isn't it just business though?
it's business here, but at the same time, it's like raw. Like we knew that we all had similar social circles in it, so it was a thing that raw. If you got a dance now, I'll push every single, like, people phone me and say, "Raw, where you going this weekend?" Because they knew that I would always be out in it.
Yeah.
So I'll be like, "Raw, we're all going to." It should be like we're all going to. So before you know it, every man's going to that one man's dance. Then we will come, we'll shell it down in your dance. Everyone's like, "Raw, your dance is sick." Then a few man became raw. They started feeling themselves a bit too much.
I get what you're saying, but I always say there's enough meat on the bone for everyone to eat. There's enough. There's enough. People don't realize that even though black people are very small, but there is enough. I get it. It's kind of sort. If you're doing a rave, even though me and you're not boys, like I know we know of each other. Yeah. But if I know you've got a rave on the 14th and I know it, I can see the flyer. Yeah. Technically, I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't.
But it's business.
But if I've got clientele and I know, for instance, there's 2 big birthdays around me,
separate,
and they're saying,
different crowd.
I get it, but I think there's enough bone on the meat.
No, I won't.
Or not meat on the bone for everyone to eat.
It became more through social media.
Yeah. Through social, but
it became more through social. Remember, Facebook and stuff started hitting in like 07, 08.
Yes.
You didn't have the Twitter. You didn't have the Instagram. The Instagram and Twitter and stuff now, you don't have to send. These times it was text message and WhatsApp and flyers. It was just literal digital. That's why now they call it digital marketing. But then it was just flyer. We call it flyers. It's digital marketing now. If we knew, we'd be getting paid from then.
So
do you understand? It's changed. Social media opened things up more.
When Facebook came, it changed the game there. So that's when Bear Man started clashing. But at the same time, there was times where I would have my rave on. Remember, what was it? Down the road from Departure. The one I used to have, Laws of Attraction downstairs. Then someone would have Departure. Then someone would have Revolution around the corner. But we all know each other. But because of Facebook, we was able to still get maximum. Then before you know it, all the black raves in the area
it just
started dying down.
Yeah, but people, you know what it is? People are meant to copy. Like we're looking back at it now. People are meant to copy. Like I don't do events anymore. I feel like events is. I don't drink, I don't girl, I don't do all this, so I can't. It's hard for me to sell it. I can't be out Monday, Tuesday. You have to be in the lifestyle. I feel like events.
So what made you transition eventually from out of events to? So you got the warehouse now. So you're doing sort of wholesale distribution, right? What transferable skills would you say you learnt from the road or learnt from events that you're now using in what you're doing now? And would you say that a lot of people don't transition from the road to corporate? Let's call it what it is. Because you're doing corporate now. So what is it about you that you made you feel that you can transition? Because sometimes when you're making all that money quick, you might be making 5 bags a week quick, and you know it's consistent. For you to now spunk maybe 80 to 100 bags now, trying to invest in the business, what is it that made you think that you could do it?
I feel for me, I feel like I've been doing the wrong side of the door for long, and there's always a glass ceiling. So I got arrested a lot of times. I'm talking, I've been nicked over 25, 26.
Over 25 times been arrested?
Yeah, over 30.
25?
Yeah, I've had over 19 court cases.
Man. 25, as in 20 and a 5 extra.
Yeah, over.
Over. Man. You didn't think to stop at maybe twice?
There was that
and the second point you didn't? Maybe the third time?
Yeah, but you know what it is? It's not by choice.
I was having this debate in the WhatsApp.
It's not by choice. Like,
no, I disagree.
You know what it is? It takes a long time to get into something, and it takes time to get out of it.
Not by choice.
It's not by not choice alone. It's not by wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. If I'm 15 and I don't know something, and I'm 26 and I know it, I start doing it at 26. When I'm 15, I don't know something. I feel hustling is right. I think fast money is right. I'm doing hustling and fast money. When I get to an age where I'm start learning, going uni, studying, getting more educated, I start realizing that this is this, that's that, you know.
So for you, you're saying that you're saying that it wasn't a choice for you, the lifestyle you got into.
It wasn't really a choice for me. It wasn't, because I didn't know about. For me to make a choice is for me to know that I could make choices. I was too young to know I could make those kind of big choices. Like, oh, I can make a choice not to do this. I'm too young to know that I could make that kind of choice. So I'm young and I'm getting into it young, and then you spend a couple years in it, and before you know it, you've grown into it. if you do anything for 3 years, it's hard for you not to do that thing.
Okay, so
you just kind of.
Okay, so what year did you actually decide you're going to start this distribution? 'Cause remember, let's go before that. Because I want to focus on before it. Remember, you started doing the van. You was doing the food store, the food
No,
shop.
this what happened. I stopped the road 2012, July.
Okay, so that's now technically 10 years now.
Yeah, 9 years this year, 10 years. I stopped it then, and I went to sell bakery.
Yes.
So I went to sell bakery first, and then I go into wholesale with my auntie, and then the market crashed, and then I started another business, the food truck, Food Junkie.
Yes,
so I
went to a party and I saw you.
Yeah,
Yes.
I did your one.
Yeah, you did my one.
His
as well,
one, Summer of Love. So
Yeah.
I started Food Junkie in 2017, but I'd already been doing wholesale.
Okay.
But the market crashed. I lost.
Yeah.
Bleach.
But losses isn't new to you.
Yeah, you're used to losses, but I wasn't used to loss in this lifestyle. This lifestyle loss is different because you don't make it like that. That loss is, I lost 5K. Let me go and make 7K. This one is shit. I like shit. That's different because I made it over time, over a lot of hard work, sleepless nights, early mornings. It's not the same as waking up, pissing, going online and collecting money. And it's not the same thing. It's a whole different lifestyle, bro. So then I started the food truck in 2017, and then the food truck, like, you gotta understand, this is something I tell people, yeah. Never be afraid to just say, you know what, I'm gonna do it. Because for me, I used to give people drinks in the club, and then I'm outside LA Lounge giving people rice. It takes a lot to do that.
Yeah.
But I can.
In other words, you didn't have any shame.
Nah.
And that's the biggest problem a lot of us have. Because you know what, to be honest, a lot of guys couldn't do what you done by going to a rave and selling food. Because in our community and culture, someone's as if this month, I might get the rice for me. Man, you mean I take the? It's almost like we disrespect.
No, Gabriel, no, it's not even that one. Yeah, I remember them, man. They thought they was a shit back in the day. Blah blah blah. This like that. You know, selling burgers and rice.
It's a case of. It's a case of you know what you've done. I know what I've done. I know that to me, whatever you've done in there and you've come out to buy this, I understand why I'm here. You don't understand why I'm here yet. Over a course of time, not everyone, but you get why I'm here. And that's the mentality.
I think that's the hard part of actually transitioning from the road then to going corporate is the fact that there's going to be a point when you're not at the top.
Yeah, you
and
lose
I think
everyone.
people will look at you and be like, "Raw, Ish fell off, you know."
You lose everyone.
Remember Ish popping bottles in the club? You see this the other day?
Yeah, but you lose
he had on
everyone.
the chef hat. It wasn't even fixed properly. Like it's just.
Yeah, but you lose everyone. But that's not.
You really would tell you that even when he first started, I said, "Raw, keep going," because you know what it is. I realized that Raw, most of the network who used to be around, now they ghosted. Because you know what it is. Because remember, a lot of men become party friends.
Yeah.
So when you're the lit guy,
Everyone's around you.
Hang on to you.
you get the Friday, Saturday.
Before you leave, the reason why people are blessed is because at the end of the day, if I'm not going to do something anymore, I don't need that phone number anymore. So for me, it didn't. But the reason why a lot of people still fucks with me is because you want this number, take the number, take the number, take the number, take. So I'm not. And a lot of them burnt the bridges because they couldn't maintain the business. It wasn't about, I just want to make money. It was about the business relationship that these people had. There was a role that people play in an organization. Do you understand? So a lot of them burnt bridges.
So quickly, now, the shift now. I want to know the shift now from the food van.
Yeah.
Now to distribution. So I want to know the gap, the middle gap bit.
Yeah. So
between
2017, we started the food truck. I was doing the clubs, the markets. I did all the markets, the clubs.
Quick one, how did you get into that? How did you actually get your feet into these clubs and markets? So for instance, I'm assuming because you had a network of Chizzo,
Yeah,
you heard of
I'll
Chizzo.
go Chizzo.
With the rave that I was at in somewhere far in, I was like somewhere like in
The all white party.
Yeah, how did you get that?
I know the girl that knows the guy. So basically my same nothing is useless. Nothing is useless in life. What you think is useless is gonna pay you. Like at the end of the day, what I'm doing here today is not what I know Chizzo for, but we're here doing it today. But if he didn't start that then and I didn't start this then, we wouldn't be talking today. So nothing is a miss. It's just later on how you use it, but you don't get it. So a lot of people, I'm very online. So I used to holler at a lot of people, And then what happened for me is, after all the events, I did everything, but I worked religiously. When I say I worked religiously, because I had no wholesale. So just.
But you was a grafter from before. I'm
Yeah,
so
yeah,
working
yeah,
hard
yeah.
wasn't anything new to
Yeah,
you.
but working hard and making less than I was is different. You have to be driven to do that. You have to be disciplined to do that. You're talking about me that I went to go and buy a Hublot, limited edition, 12.5 bags. You're talking about me, that boy, them taking rollies and this off me, and do you understand? To me to now say, okay, I'm selling this. I'm selling this tray.
Bye-bye.
I'm selling this tray, making £3.
Hey, you know what's funny, yeah? When you look at them days, yeah, I'll tell you, yeah, even though I feel like during them 07, 08 till like, I think after, I was the first one to ghost.
Yeah.
Cause remember, I stopped raving.
Yeah.
I stopped raving about 09, 010. I said, yeah, I've had enough. And I was the first one to ghost. And I started working nights just so I won't be raves.
Yeah.
So when I look at Facebook here, all our pictures from them days is either you're in Lyle Scott with a champagne bottle in your hand, you're in Ralph Lauren, you're in Gucci, like these men were Gucci and Louis bastards. Like there's even a picture of you holding like 9 bottles of Ace of Spades. And I'm holding on like kids. And I was just like,
over 16,000 pictures on Facebook.
16,000.
And it's all drip.
16,000.
That's all drip.
Do you know how many pictures that is? You know what we used to do? We used to club Monday to Monday. We used to club Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, every single day.
I had to stop drinking for 3 years.
Every day. When I'm doing food truck, it's different. Food truck is different. I'm doing University of East London. I'm doing the events. I'm going to work. I'm serving rice. Rice is £8-10, bro. Yeah. Do you understand? Like, bro, don't get it twisted, bro.
But it's similar to maybe pebbling or having a ticket.
Yeah,
because you got to remember, you've got a wholesale and you're still. It's still £8. It's still the same thing.
Times a million is still 200,000.